In Neon City, even the rain has secrets. It whispers down the sides of chrome-plated skyscrapers, pools in the gutters choked with last night's forgotten dreams, and washes away the evidence before you even know a crime's been committed. They say this city never sleeps. That's a lie. It just dreams in neon, a restless nightmare of progress and decay. Every drop that falls feels like a memory I can't quite grasp, a ghost tapping on the glass of my existence, reminding me of all the things I've lost and all the things that were taken. They rebuilt me after the explosion, half man, half memory, and I still don't know which half lies to me. They gave me this eye, a crimson beacon in the perpetual twilight, to see things others can't. But sometimes all it shows me are the fractures in my own soul. They call me Kale Varex Detective, a title as worn and weathered as this trench coat. I walk these streets because it's the only thing I know how to do. One foot in front of the other, chasing phantoms through the downpour, hoping one of them will finally lead me back to myself. But with every step, the line between the man I was and the machine I am blurs, and the rain keeps falling, washing it all away. Victim number 7, neural breach. Same signature? Same ghost? The body lay sprawled in the alley, a grotesque puppet with its strings cut, neural cables snaking from the skull like metallic vines. The sirens painted the scene in strobing reds and blues, a frantic, silent scream against the city's indifferent hum. Police drones buzzed overhead, their optical sensors dispassionately recording the tragedy. I knelt, the cold metal of my knee grounding me in the grim reality. My eyes scanned the victim, data streams flooding my vision, heart rate flatlined, neural cortex fried, memory banks wiped clean. It wasn't just a murder, it was an erasure. A ghost in the machine had reached out and stolen a life, leaving behind an empty shell and a chillingly familiar pattern. He was getting bolder, or maybe he was just getting closer. It's just another word in the rain, ... until it started whispering my name. It was there on the grimy brick wall, a faint digital ghost pulsing against the wet surface. Architect. A holographic tag, barely visible through the cascading water. Most would have missed it, just another piece of urban graffiti. But my eye caught the subtle energy signature, the ghost of a signal left behind. I reached out, my metallic fingers tracing the glowing letters. The moment my hand made contact, static erupted, a ripple of light spreading across the wall like a stone thrown into a digital pond. The word flickered violently, then dissolved into a fine, shimmering mist that the rain quickly swallowed. It was more than a clue. It felt like a message. A breadcrumb left in the digital forest, and I had the unnerving feeling I was the one being hunted. Someone stole my reflection. Maybe they took more than that. I glanced down at a puddle, a makeshift mirror in the asphalt sea. But the face staring back wasn't mine, not exactly. It was him, the man from the fragments, the one before the fire and the chrome. Fully human, with 2 eyes of the same color and a cold, unfamiliar smile that sent a shiver down my spine. My own face remained a stoic mask, but his reflection held it, mocking me. Then the world glitched. The puddle rippled with digital distortion, the neon signs bleeding into impossible shapes. The ambient sounds of the city collapsed into a roar of static, a deep bass hum that vibrated in my chest. For a moment I wasn't in the alley. I was nowhere, a prisoner in my own head, watching a stranger wear my face. "You shouldn't be here, detective." "They're watching." The voice cut through the static, pulling me back. A woman emerged from the shadows, her form materializing from the steam and mist. Silver hair, a visor scrolling with emerald code, and an intensity that burned brighter than any neon sign. She called herself Mira. She moved with a purpose that felt alien in this city of aimless souls. "Who's watching?" I asked, my own voice sounding distant, foreign. She took a step closer, the rain tracing patterns on her jacket. The code on her visor sped up, a frantic digital pulse. "The architect," she said, her voice low, urgent. "He built the city. And you?" The words hung in the air, heavier than the rain-soaked atmosphere. "The architect." The name from the wall, the ghost in the machine, a creator. And if she was right, that made me his creation. A puppet, just like the body at my feet, waiting for my strings to be pulled or cut. The alley felt longer, emptier after she vanished back into the shadows. The rain kept falling, a relentless, mournful rhythm. And then I saw it, the word, architect. It wasn't just on the wall anymore. It flickered across a holographic ad, glitched onto a passing news drone's display, whispered from a distant public service announcement. The city itself was saying his name, or maybe he was the city. I pulled out another cigarette, the small flame a defiant spark against the overwhelming dark. As I took a drag, my cybernetic eye sputtered. The red light flickered, glitched, and for a terrifying second went dark, plunging me into the same blackness as the city's starless sky. Thunder cracked overhead, not distant this time, but directly above like the roar of a waking giant. The ghost was no longer just in the rain, it was inside me, and the storm was just beginning.